Hey, what's going on, everybody? Killing Cash here. Another work break conversation. You know it rules the nation. And today we're talking about treat every deal the same. Treat every deal like it's $1 million deal, like it's $100,000 deal, even if it's a $10 deal, even if it's a $2 deal. Treat every deal the same and treat every customer the same, whether they're paying you $2,000, if they're paying you $20,000, or if you're one of those fortunate where they're paying you even more than that a month, a week, a year, whatever. Treat every deal the same. I say that because people who hire you sometimes will act like if I throw out a big number to you, you'll treat me different. See, the problem with that is the people who throw a small number at you, you are going to not treat them as special as when you hear a big number. So if someone tells you, hey, I'm going to pay you $5,000 a month to do this, you get excited. Oh, yeah. Great. But then when someone tells you, hey, I'm going to pay you $1,000 a month, and you're like, well, that really, and the excitement, what you're doing to the customer, you're showing that more money, the more you're ready to dance for them. Not a good thing in business. More money equals more time, and that's all. But it's the same quality of work. And you have to do this in case that what you do or what you plan to do in this field doesn't work. You need to show this person that you are passionate about the work, even if you are doing it for free, because that's what everybody would love, to do a job and be like, I would do this for free, until you actually have to do it for free. I'll be honest, sometimes, and it's rare, but sometimes in any business you do, you will have to do certain things for free. You might make an album, and that album might flop, but you know what? You had a blast making that album for free. You might have made a movie and no one's ever even heard of it, doesn't know where to find it, can't even find it on YouTube. When you give them the direct link, you did it for free. You might work on a project as an ad rep or a marketing rep or a PR person, consultant, and all the strategies and plans you had for the client, no matter what the problem was, it did not work the way it's supposed to do. You need to rectify that and do it for free. So I say all that to say, treat everybody the same. You also do that when you have clients, and then a client may try to get over on you. They might try to get over on you and say, you know what? Yeah, you did good work, but I want to be able to, if let's say you're booking a client, right? Let's say you're booking a client, and everyone knows the booking agent gets the money. The talent doesn't ever touch the money first. But what if they try to reverse that on you? This is real stuff that people do. They try to reverse that on you and say, hey, I'm going to pay you. One, it shows they're an amateur in the business. Two, it shows they're unprofessional. Three, it shows they may be trying to get you and rob you. We've had it where client, and I don't care how big, what the name is, hey, when we're doing these 10,000 deals, it's fine. But when we get to the $100,000 deals, I'm not going to trust you like that. Well, you know what? Don't trust us off the $10 deals, and you go work on your own. And that's fine and dandy, because we treat every client the same, especially if that client, we're only getting paid in your booking at the time, and that client can't even afford to pay a quarter of your retainer. So this is why you have to treat every $1 million like you would treat 10,000, like you would treat 5,000, like you would treat 1,000. It shows the character of you, and it helps you develop a system. If you do it like a factory, if you treat every job like a factory, the checks and the balances are off. And so then you see how you can win, lose, you can evaluate, you can analyze, you can monitor, you can track, you can do all that stuff easier. The problem that I see a lot of people in the PR and the advertising and marketing, they're winging it. They don't care about a system. They care more about, wait, am I getting, $7,500 this month or not? Am I able to pay my bills this month or not? Am I able to, go out and put a down payment on the Bentley, on the Aston Martin or not? Can I go get the boat membership, the country club membership to help with my clients or not? And see, that's where you have to educate your clients to let them know. See, there's certain tools, certain toolery you need. And some of it is foolery to say, I fooled you. And a lot of that I get in deeper when PR folks say, I don't have the money. I'm not able to travel. I can't show my clients that I can really go out and get it and hit these networking events because of whatever the situation, right? A lot of times people try to blame their kids. Lame excuse. My kids have gone to so many meetings. They know how to conduct themselves. They know how to stay focused into their books, the tablets, whatever they have to do. Don't make excuses. Take extreme ownership. Read that book, Extreme Ownership. But that's for, you can't make excuses. But if you do need to take a client on a boat and you need to rent it for, let's say your rental is $1,300 for the day, right? Yeah, why not buy the whole boat membership for $3,800, and for the whole year and chop it off as a business expense. And you don't have that money and you need to have meetings on there for your client. Why do you need to have meetings for your client? We get into deeper on one-on-ones because depending on where you live, see, there's all type of laws and rules that a lot of folks don't know. And this is why I say read books. There's certain deals and certain things you can do and certain things, forget perception. There's certain things that you can do while being on the water that you might necessarily not be able to do on land. And I'll leave it at that, right? I already hear the mentor saying, Kellen, do not say this online. Got you. Don't worry. So, and it depends where you're at. And let me just give you a tip. You look at the boat in Louisiana and Mississippi. Those laws right there. You can gamble offshore. You can't gamble if it's on, right? That's how the laws, at least, they used to be. But we have to treat every client like they're special. It's like a date. It's like a date. It's like dating. Some folks bring it so tough. They say it's like marriage. My marriage is like marriage. So I don't say that. But you have to treat every dollar the same. So in treating every person the same, have the same system. And if something's too low, you say it's too low. If someone's offering you more money than you know how to handle, give us a call. We'll help you handle it. But that's not usually the case, right? Usually the case is it's a lower amount of money because people don't know all the calls, the time that it takes to get placement on one platform. Nevertheless, to speak of various platforms. And of course, everybody wants to be on the biggest platforms, but guess what? Everybody wants to be on there. There's a line, and there's a lot of politics too. You can cut the line sometimes depending on who your client is. There's some clients for us that they can get into the award shows, boom, snap, like that. And there's some clients that might have been blacklisted. Not that they did anything wrong, but it may be who they are, what they look like, what they talk about. You just don't know. And again, we help with that as well. You want to get into award shows. You want to get into conferences. We help schedule and put that in place. That takes time. And that's not $500 a month. That's not, $800 a month. You need, when you're getting professional help, you have to understand how much time do I want from this person. Take that time and divide it by what you're going to pay them and say, wow, okay, this person may work for $12 an hour. Oh, this person may work for $20 an hour. But if you're getting someone highly trained, keep in mind, they could go get a job for $50 an hour, $60 an hour, $80 an hour, depending on what their skill level is. There's a reason that I fly drones, I scuba dive, horseback ride, bull ride, drive a boat, drive a big truck, hazmat style, all that, can do all that. There's other things, archery, shoot a gun, clean a gun, all type of different steps and things and qualifications, marry folks if I want, because it's a different level, outside of even education. outside of education. Education, more I get older, the more I see the doors open because of the education that I have. And it makes me really want to continue and further that education, because it's not about titles. It's about the knowledge that you get and what you do and how you apply that knowledge. So make sure that, when you're building your client roster, that you're treating everyone the same. Entrepreneurs who are hiring folks like us, you should hear some of this verbiage coming from us. If we're not talking like this, or if we're just saying, hey, pay us off each placement that we get, those are people I would stay away from, because either they're going to charge you so much, too much when they place. I can charge, I've done in other videos, other podcasts, we could have charged over $200,000 for one ABC placement. Says Cision, says the PRSA, right? How they value it. We could have charged that, right? Or we could have charged a percentage of that, which the client couldn't pay. You got to get this right. This type of game you can't get in school, even though school is important. This is the stuff that you need to tune in, and that you need to join that Patreon. You need to book some private time so we can go into the ins, the outs and ins, and that's how it goes, because you got to value your time, because nobody else will. So treat $1 million like you would treat $1. Treat $1 million like you would treat 1,000. You know what I mean? And if you're just starting, see, these numbers sound big, but you can blow that money. You can blow that money on a single campaign easily. In 48 hours, in planning, we've blown over $500,000 easy. You got to know that this is just money. It's just a tool to do something else with. It doesn't mean that anybody's uber rich or anything. We're wealthy as long as we have health. You dig? So that's my tip for you today. Be blessed. Dig out to this music, this royalty-free music. Enjoy it. Book some time, because you're watching from the sidelines, you're listening from the sidelines, but you really need to go on that cprfirm.as.me and book some time so you can get some more game. And make sure to follow the Diversified Game podcast. Got to get that. That's an additional game. All the entrepreneurs we're bringing to you, your favorite entrepreneurs. And, I'm going to be out, people. You be blessed. I'll holla at you.